Would you raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Thank you, Your Honor. Ma'am, do me a favor. Go ahead and spell your first and last name for our court reporter.
Ramona Rumph, R-A-M-O-N-A-R-U-M-P-H.
And Ms. Rumph, where do you work and how long have you been doing that?
Seminole County Sheriff's Office since May 19th, 1987, and I'm the Deputy Director of the Communications Division, which encompasses the custodian of records.
Okay. And the Communications Division, is that what we've heard from Mr. Nofke is the 911 and non-emergency call center?
Yes, it is.
And when you say you're the records custodian, that sounds like a big job. What is it?
That's maintaining the calls that are received on 911 and non-emergency lines, and also the CAD screens, which is the computer-aided dispatch for documented events.
And how long have you worked there for the Sheriff's Office?
For 26 years.
And Ms. Rumph, the nature of your duties, does that involve occasionally having to retrieve and verify records of prior calls?
Yes.
And are these calls documented both on tape as well as in written memoranda that are prepared for records purposes?
Yes.
Now, if I could approach. Ms. Rumph, I'm showing you what is first marked as State's Exhibit 171 and 172, a composite exhibit, and then three more, 158, 159, 160, 161, and 162, 163. Do me a favor. Tell me if you have seen these exhibits and if you recognize them as true and accurate records maintained by your agency and retrieved by yourself.
Yes, I do.
Your Honor, to the extent they haven't been received in evidence yet, I would move those numbered exhibits as into evidence.
Numbers 159 through 163 have been. Numbers 171 and 172 have not. Are there any objections?
No, Your Honor. In sequence, the first ones are the 911 calls, no objections, and then 171 and 172. Thank you. No objections.
No objections. 171 will come into evidence, and so will 172.
Let me first start, Ms. Rumph, with the distinction between 911 and non-emergency calls. Tell us a little bit about that and what the difference is into how those two calls are treated by the call center.
A 911 call is a call placed at the time of an emergency or the time that the person's deemed that they have an emergency. All of our calls are recorded when the line rings, and a CAD screen is created for dispatch. And a non-emergency call is just that, received on an administrative line, and it is received with crimes that are over with or a crime that is non-life-threatening.
Were you asked to retrieve a series of prior non-emergency calls placed from a particular phone number by George Zimmerman to the call center beginning in August of 2011, extending through the early part of February 2012?
Yes.
And are those represented in, I believe it's 171 and 172 before you?
Yes.
Okay. Are there written documents affiliated with each of those?
Yes.
Okay. And they are also on a disc recording?
Yes.
Okay. If I could, I want to talk a little bit about these written reports that are made. You're familiar with those and the information those contain?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to, would you be able to help explain what one of those looks like to the jury and what information is contained on one of those?
Yes.
Okay.
It is, as I stated, what we refer to as a CAD screen, which is computer-aided dispatch. And that screen is created whenever you call in a complaint. And it is the date and time, that is, it's time-stamped, so to speak, like you would have on a receipt when a call is received, and we complete the information that the caller is giving us, the location of the event, the type of event, the person's name and phone number, if they're willing to give it, and any additional information regarding that event is obtained at the time of that call.
And Your Honor, could I request the lights, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Ms. Rumph, directing your attention to the screen up here, and I know that may be a ways to try and see it. Let me ask you in general terms. Up here in the top left corner, is this, for starters, is that what you recognize to be one of the written records that you've just been describing?
Yes, it is.
And up here in the top left corner, there's a phrase called an event number. Would you tell us what that means, please?
An event number is basically like what it sounds. It is associated with an event, and it is created by the system. So it is linked to an event. It's basically what it sounds like, an event number, like a case number, so to speak.
And tell me about the times that are available to the people who keep the records in the call center as far as telling when a particular call connects and disconnects and how that is recorded.
The information is the Annie and Allie information up in the upper left-hand corner, and it gives you the date and time. Annie and Allie is automatic number identifier and automatic location identifier, ANI and ALI. And then it has a minute and second. The next time is the connection time, which is also date and time stamped. And the next time is the created time, which is also date and time stamped.
What's the difference between those two, connected and created?
The connection time is the time that we actually picked up the phone and answered the phone. And then the created time is the time that the person taking that phone call sent that call in, or event added it, sent it in to be dispatched, sent in a call for service.
Down in this section of the report, you start with location and caller name and that sort of thing. Where does that information come from?
That information on this call would have been given to us by the caller, Twin Trees Lane. The caller. I'm sorry, go ahead.
And this particular call, is this a 911 call or a non-emergency call?
That is a 911 call, and you can tell from the call source.
That tells you that right there, where I just drew a very bad circle?
Yes, where you drew the very best.
Okay. And is there a priority affiliated with this call?
Yes, it is.
And what is it?
3.
What does that mean?
That is a routine call.
I'm sorry, priority 3 means?
Routine 1, 2, and 3.
Okay. Tell me, how would a 911 emergency call be a routine prioritization, and does prioritization ever change?
Yes, it does.
Okay, tell me how.
Based on the information, like I said, a 911 call can be placed at the time a person deems that they have an emergency. During the course of that call, as information is obtained, that call can be changed or upgraded. So it can start out as a call that's routine. However, the call taker can make that decision to upgrade that call based on the information that is being given to them or the information that they are obtaining from the caller.
And is that what happened with this call?
Yes, sir.
Does that tell us that down here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Where it says a big word upgrade?
Yes.
Okay. As far as the information that you could glean from this, is there a way to tell whether this call might be related to any other calls or any other incidents?
Yes, it is.
How can you tell that?
If you will look up the screen, so to speak, you will see where it says C event 1671, and that is our way of tying events together. So it's saying that that event was EVD'd, which stands for a duplication, and we used one primary screen at that time, which was event 1671.
Now, Ms. Rumph, there were a number of 911 calls placed that night?
Yes.
And were they all essentially, did you determine whether they were related or not?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Specifically, the date that was reflected on that one, and I guess on all the 911 calls, that's the 26th of February 2012?
That's correct.
Okay. I'm going to leave those aside for the moment. I want to go to the non-emergency calls, the prior calls by George Zimmerman to the call center. You're aware of those?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did, tell me the date on the first one of those that you have in front of you. And Your Honor, we can, thank you.
Thank you. August 3rd, 2011.
That was August 3rd, 2011?
Yes.
And that was placed from which phone number?
407-435-2400.
Can you tell me the priority affiliated with that call?
It was a routine call received on an administrative line, non-emergency line.
And have you reviewed the recording that's in front of you already in evidence?
Yes.
Your Honor, with permission, I'll publish that recording.
You may do so.
Thank you.
Burglarized or robbed today, and my wife's car was.
Airport Police Department, the line is recorded. Petra.
Hey, our neighborhood got burglarized or robbed today, and my wife, I saw one of the kids that did it, and we see someone that matches his description in the neighborhood right now again.
Okay, and what's your address out there?
I'd rather not give out my address because he's obviously in the neighborhood, but it's Retreat View Circle. You can use 1111, which is the clubhouse.
Okay, so does he live in the neighborhood, or he's just out walking?
I don't know. It's the first time I've ever seen him.
Okay. And what is your name?
My name is George.
Your last name, George?
Zimmerman.
And your phone number you're calling from?
407-435-2400.
Okay, and is he white, black, or Hispanic?
Black.
And what's
My
he
wife
wearing?
talked to Detective Walker and gave him a description of the guy we see now.
Okay, and what's he wearing right now?
A white tank top and black shorts, and brown sandals and black socks.
So he might be like 5'11". Okay, and is he walking?
Yes.
Okay, and so is he near the
back entrance to the neighborhood.
So he's at the back entrance?
Yeah.
Just went between the houses now.
He just went between the houses to the back?
Yeah.
Shoot.
You were looking at the car.
I'm not. Why not?
Don't call. Okay, we'll get an officer out there, check the area.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
Mr. Rumph, what time of day was that call placed?
At 18:45.
I'm sorry, is that 6:45 p.m.?
Yes.
I'm going to move to the next call. Ma'am, do me a favor. Go ahead and spell your first and last name for our court reporter.
Ramona Rumph, RAMONA RUMPH.
And Ms. Rumph, where do you work and how long have you been doing that?
You may proceed.
Records custodian, that sounds like a big job. What is it?
That's maintaining the calls that are received on 911 and non-emergency lines, and also the CAD screens, which is the computer-aided dispatch for documented events.
And how long have you worked there for the Sheriff's Office?
Seminole County Sheriff's Office since May 19th, 1987, and I'm the Deputy Director of the Communications Division, which encompasses the custodian of records.
And the Communications Division, is that what we've heard from Mr. Nofke, is the 911 and non-emergency call center?
Yes, it is.
And when you say you're the...
Would you raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?